morning. I am so happy to see you. I am Jana with Crochet Crafts by Jana, and in today's video I'll be showing you some of the things I've made this past week. It's not a whole lot, and I'll get into the reason why, but let me just go ahead and show you the things I've made. So first up, this was a recommendation by Susie. Thank you so much, Susie. It is a little gecko. In my previous video I had mentioned how I had someone at my market ask about lizards. So they sent me this free pattern on Instagram, and I'll link it below. But here is this little gecko. He's actually pretty cute. I think I wouldn't mind making more of him, to be honest. I don't know. He also kind of makes me think of like Frog, kind of, with his little feet. But either way, with that long tail, it's like, okay, that's a cute little like lizard gecko thingy. But I really like the way it came out, and it doesn't take too long to make. I don't know much about geckos or how they're supposed to look. I don't know if their tails are supposed to be this stubby or more pointed. I'm not sure. But yeah, this was my first attempt at making that gecko, and I do really like the way it came out, and I think it'll be a cute little on the cheaper side option for future markets. So yeah, that is one of the things I've made. Something super simple was this mini bee. I saw a tutorial posted by Loops and Knots Crochet on YouTube and I wanted to give it a shot. It's actually pretty easy. Her way of changing the colors was a bit different. I've never changed the colors this way before, but I'm sure the more you do it, the faster you'll get. And I do like the way the bee came out, and it's no-sew, so you just crochet the wings onto the body, and then I embroidered the eyes. But I like it. I think it came out pretty cute, and if you've seen my previous videos and my market videos, you know I have a minis bin, and this would be perfect for a mini, and I wanted another mini option. I have the octos, I have the little mini dinos, mini chicks. What else do I have? I think there's another thing or two, but I wanted to keep it more diverse, have some more options, so I might make more of these little mini bees. But I only made one. So on to this next item. In my previous video, I talked about how, as well as someone asking about lizards, they also asked about flamingos. So I looked around at flamingo patterns. There are quite a few to choose from, and I don't know what made me choose this one, but I chose it. And here's how it came out. Sorry, it already has the tag on it. I was like, while I have it, I should probably just tag it. But here is the flamingo I've made. It came out good, which is not what I was hoping for, because this takes so much sewing. So much sewing. And I've said it before, like, oh, I don't mind sewing. But like, I went into this thinking there wasn't that much sewing, but you have to sew everything. You make all of this separate. You make all of this separate, and you have to sew the beak to the head to the neck to the body, the legs to the body, and the feet to the legs. That's a lot of sewing, and I think it just didn't help me going into it thinking it didn't take that much sewing. So when I realized I had to sew literally everything together, it was like, I'm over it. Halfway through I was like, oh my gosh, I want to be done. So I did it, and it's a shame because it is kind of cute. It is pretty cute, and it's just perfect for sitting and dangling the little legs off. I did alter it a little bit. The little joints or bulges or whatever, on the pattern, they were a lot bigger, and I just did not like the look of how big they were. So I did size them down a little bit, just enough to see that there's like a joint there, and you stuff the joints only, you leave everything else unstuffed to kind of help bend and have all that fun stuff. But it's really fun, really, and I really don't want to make any more. I really don't. This one is priced at $35. I was originally going to do like 28 or 30, but with the amount of time it took to sew it all together, I was like, okay, this is definitely going to be a bit more. So there is the flamingo, and I don't recommend it if you are not a fan of sewing. If you are not a fan of sewing, you might not like this pattern. But if you don't mind all the sewing, give it a shot, and of course I'll link it below. So yeah, there is this flamingo. I'm definitely going to look into other flamingo options. That, or I might come up with my own flamingo pattern, one that does not require near as much sewing as this one. So yeah, there is the flamingo. So this next one that I crocheted, I am actually really proud of. I enjoyed it. There was a bit of repetitiveness with it, but I do really love it. And I themed it a certain theme. So here it is. This is amazing. I love it so much. I originally had this spider pattern saved on my Etsy for a while, and occasionally I'll go back on there to see if there's any sales or anything, and it was on sale. I don't know why I wanted to get the spider pattern. I was thinking like, oh, for Halloween in the future. I saw it was on sale, so I bought it, and then I saw a picture of someone that made it Spider-Man theme, and I was like, that's so cool. That is so cool. So I had the perfect colors. This is Hobby Lobby's Baby Bee, and then this is Michael's Sweet Snuggles, I believe. And then of course I just used acrylic to embroider the spider onto the butt. And then I cut out felt and used E6000 to glue that onto the head. But look at that. Look at that. I cannot get over how much I really like it. I really do. And if I'm going to be going to markets with kids, I think this might be something I need to make more of, especially Spider-Man fans. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't know, will they think it's weird that it's like an actual spider? Like, I don't know. I don't know. I can't decide, but I really like how it turned out. And of course I'm going to make more in, you know, your typical spider colors. So yeah, I love it. I was really not looking forward to embroidering the spider on the butt, but it was a lot easier than I expected. So there is this big old spider. It came out bigger than I expected too. This thing's pretty decently sized. So yeah, there is probably my favorite make this past week. And then I do have one more thing that I finished up from a previous video. If you've seen my previous weekly crochet makes, you know I was working on a banner for my husband, and I am happy to say that it is all finished. Here is it's called, okay, so it's from the game Warhammer, and this is a group in there called Space Wolves. This is their emblem. He loves that Space Wolf thingy. So I decided to make him a banner with that logo on there in the colors of them. So yeah, here is how it came out. I'm pretty proud of how it came out. This is my first ever Grafgan. This whole thing was an experience. It was a first for me. I really enjoy the way it came out. I was a bit worried about if it was going to be banner-like, you know. The way it came out initially, it seemed more like a rectangle, not square enough. But I think after adding the dowel and having the strand to hang it, and then adding the tassels and cutting it in that triangle shape, it really helped to make it look like a banner, and I am really happy with how it came out. I had it hang above a trash can while I cut it, and it took me forever because I was so afraid. I didn't want to cut too much off and then have to redo the whole thing, but I got it to a decent length, and I'm so happy. I'm so happy with how it came out. I cannot tell you enough, and I'm super excited for it to get hung up on the wall. And I'm so happy. That is the last thing I made this week. Now moving on to why I wasn't able to crochet as much. I had a tooth pulled. I had to get an emergency tooth extraction because I had broken one of my bottom back teeth and it got infected. So yeah, that was not a fun experience. I can put a picture here. That was when I got home. I'm not showing you anything like gross or anything. It was literally just like my whole right side of my face was numb. And so when I would smile real big, it wouldn't cooperate, and then it was like swollen. Oh my gosh. It was not fun. It was not a good time. Do not recommend. Keep up on the cleanings. Go see your dentist. I have not seen a dentist since I was like 8 or 9 years old, and I am 26. Took me a second. So yeah, it was not fun. And the dentist is not as scary as I thought it would be, and it's just one of those things. Like when I broke it a while back and was like, oh, it's fine, I don't need to go see the dentist, they're scary. And then of course it got infected, and that's when it was like, okay, well, I better just get the whole thing taken out. It's one of those where the pain was so great, I couldn't even focus on crocheting, I couldn't focus on anything. It was rough. Very rough. So I apologize for not having as much done as I would have hoped. I will say I am excited for next week's video. Hopefully it goes according to plan. It's a really fun idea that I thought of with my husband, and we'll see how it goes. So yeah, that is everything I've crocheted this week. I hope you enjoyed some of the things I made. I really love that spider. I cannot tell you how much I love that Spider-Man spider. And I do want to make more in like cool colors, and I think that'll be the only themed spider I do. Like I'm pretty sure I've seen pictures of the person that made a Spider-Man spider also do like a Venom spider, but it's like, nah, I just wanted to do the Spider-Man one just because I had the colors. That's really what it comes down to. I had the colors and it was like, sure, why not? And it was just super fun. It was really fun to make. I really like that pattern. I am going to make more spiders. Probably like regular spiders, you know, with like the multiple eyes and all that fun stuff. Unfortunately, I was trying to fill up my calendar with markets, but I just could not find any good ones in April. I was really trying to get one in April, or at least the very end of March, and they're either full up or just so far away. So as of right now, my next upcoming market isn't until the end of May. Like, I think it's May 24th. That's kind of like, dang it. But at the same time, it does give me more time to crochet. So yeah, there is that on the market. So if you don't see a market video for a while, that is why. I am just going to try and keep up on my crocheting. I fell behind with the whole tooth extraction thing, and yeah, it's still pretty sore, to be honest. I think it's not swollen anymore, which is good. And the pain has gone down like so much, which is wonderful. But anyways, guys, I am so thankful that you hung out with me today. I love talking about crochet stuff with you. You guys are the best. I am so thankful for everyone that takes time out of their day to spend it with me. If you are working on a crochet project while I was talking your ear off, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you're working on. Maybe we can get a little inspiration going. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!